Good evening, everybody, and welcome everybody to RPG Limit Break's Dragon Warrior Randomizer Grand Championship game number 2 between Ness Cardinality and Big Slamu. Hi, everyone. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and joining me on the commentary tonight, the 2020 Dragon Warrior Randomizer champion, DK9146. Well, last night, we saw probably one of the greatest Dragon Warrior Randomizer championship races that we have seen in recent memory.
Yeah, it was absolutely epic. Well placed in a grand finals for sure. We'll see if tonight can live up to that. If Big Slamu can take game 2 and take the overall championship, or if Ness Cardinality fights back and forces a game 3.
Oh, absolutely. And if you weren't with us last night, I know a lot of people are still buzzing over last night's thrilling, dramatic race. I mean, it came down to Sharlock. These guys were back and forth all night long. It looked like Ness Cardinality had the upper hand getting to the basement first, but getting to the fight, you know, they were pretty much simultaneous. But in the end, Big Slamu pulling it out by 7 seconds. And I'll tell you what, neither player played their best race last night, despite the fact that it was a jet seat. I mean, Big Slamu making a mistake when he found that key in Grave. He ended up using it rather than going back home and, say, buying some more keys. Ness Cardinality's exploration wasn't the greatest either. And, you know, he actually tried to do the reverse counting, you know, to find the coordinates on it, which he did successfully. That is not easy to do. You got to give him props for that. You can point to one thing or another. I mean, you could say that Big Slamu had incredibly good luck, you know, both on the Sharlock dive and also in the overworld. Remember, he still hadn't completed his overworld exploration. He got slept by an armored knight. He was down to the teens in HP. And instead of getting chopped, which probably would have sent him back to start, and we don't even talk about how close the race was, they used the baby breath. He stays alive with just a few HP to spare to continue his exploration. You could say that maybe Ness Cardinality should have used that repel after taking down the Red Dragon and the Spike Tile and Sharlock. But in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, your mileage can vary. I think what cost Ness Cardinality the race last night was his lack of aggressiveness. A lot of people think he should have went for it after level 17, DK.
Yeah, I mean, there was a ton of talk. I mean, it's the grand finals. We're gonna have a ton of people in chat, and like you said, it's 7 seconds. There's only so many things that you can look back on and just say, if I did this, that, or the other. The thing is, they didn't in that moment, and ultimately we end up where we were with that second 7 second victory. And in a Zoomy seed like that, I think we've talked about this a few times last night and earlier. It can be really difficult to try and process every single next step you're wanting to do while everything's being thrown in your lap. Hurt more. Here's armor. Here's sword. Here's all the stuff you could possibly need outside of HP, of course. And I think they both did very well in processing that for everything that was needed for that race.
Oh, absolutely, they did. I mean, this was a race for the ages, to be sure. And, you know, it's going to go down as one of the greatest races of all time. Now, another thing I want to talk about is Big Slamu. He's definitely can hang around with the big boys here. I mean, we saw it last year. He got all the way up to the semifinals. And in fact, we were told before the show that Big Slamu leads all Dragon Warrior Randomizer summer competitors in tournament race wins.
Yeah, he's been super consistent in at a high level in the tournament the last 3 years. And that's evidenced, like you just said, tournament semifinalist last year. He's now a finalist this year. He's fantastic at this random. He's fantastic at a few others, to be quite honest. And it's nice to see him get that little bit more recognition. I think he's one of those people that, you know, if you know him, but he can kind of slide under the radar if you don't.
Absolutely. And of course, Ness Cardinality, he's been in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer circuit pretty much since the beginning. This is his third Grand Finals appearance, finishing runner-up both in 2018 against Game Boy F9 and in 2020 against my commentator partner, DK. He's trying to see if third time will be the charm, but he's going to have to do something that he's already done once. He's going to have to pull off the reverse sweep and win the next 2 games if he wants to take home that championship. He's certainly capable of doing it, but Big Slamu right now, definitely feeling it. If he wins tonight, he wins the grand championship of this year's Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament. Now, I'll tell you what, the key for tonight's race, both of these runners have to forget about last night. I mean, 7-second race, there's a lot of intensity in the air. They have to just put this behind them and play their own race.
No, absolutely agreed. You can't dwell on things that happened on a previous race, or it'll just mess with you. It's a brand new race, a brand new chance to get a W. Both of them obviously won it. NESCAR needs it. As you've kind of been noticing in chat, we've mentioned a couple times, Big Slamu's having a little bit of stream issues as well, which is kind of what leading to a little bit of delay here. So we'll kind of keep an eye on him on the side. He'll be local recording, of course, and hopefully it'll settle down for him and we'll be able to have a nice smooth stream tonight.
Now, hopefully that's the case, because, we'd love to have that. I mean, this is the grand championship. We hope that we don't have too many technical issues here on RPG Limit Break, but it may not be helped if, Big Slamu does have the streaming issues that we have been seeing, prior to the start of the race. But looks like we're just about ready to get started here. Let's take a look at the numbers here. So they're starting with 8 strength and 21 HP. Not the greatest of numbers. They do have 12 agility, 11 magic points. I don't know if they're starting with spells, because we do see our XP chart. I wonder if they are starting with any spells.
Yeah, spells in the table on the table if they have 8 or more. So we'll have to wait and see once that starts rotating through. But 8 strength, a little more muted than our strength last night. We'll see what they can find once they get the items out of the treasury, to be quite honest, or throne room, and then get out on that overworld.
I do not expect this to be a jet seed. I'm expecting that these runners are going to have to slog their way through this seed. It's not going to be handed to them on a silver platter. These runners are going to have to earn it tonight. For Nest Cardinality, it's a must-win for them in order to force a third and decisive game in the Grand Championship. Again, if Big Slamu comes out on top tonight, he is your 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer champion.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And tonight, either tonight or in Game 3, we're going to be announcing a brand new champion in this group, and I think it's fantastic to see another person be able to get to that point.
That is correct, because these for either Nest Cardinality or Big Slamu, it will be their first championship, one way or the other.
Now, I cheated and used the tracker to see about spells. I won't ruin it for chat yet. We'll wait till it starts getting here. But there is one spell in there. That's what I'll let you know.
Make a prediction in chat. What do you think is that starting spell for our runners? Make your predictions in chat. What do you think it's going to be? Based on these two runners' abilities, I think it's going to be probably the least useful spell. I'm going to say Radiant.
Radiant is one of the trolliest spells to start. You see that MP stat and you're like, okay, good. Odds that I have some kind of spell. You go to the spell menu after getting your items and you see that R and you're like, and you're Radiant, and then that's when you get a little sad.
I expect both of these runners to come out swinging. I expect both of these runners to be aggressive, and they're going to have to take some chances. I mean, Big Slamu knows who he's up against in Nest Cardinality. He knows he can't play it safe right now. If he sees the opportunity to take a risk that might give him an upper hand, he needs to take it. Nest Cardinality, likewise. His back is against the wall. He is down 1-0 in this best-of-3 championship. I expect him to be more aggressive tonight.
Agreed. And how does Big Slamu handle it as well, knowing that he's got that 1-0 lead? He can also play it a little more tight and be a little more free at going on sketchy things or doing sketchy things, trying to maybe build a lead out early that where a Nest card might sit down and grind it out. I don't know. It's always intriguing to think about what you can do with a 1-0 lead. Don't see it always happen in that case, but it would be nice to see what Slamu comes up with here.
Oh, no question about it here. Unfortunately, we're still having some technical issues on Slamu's side. Hopefully, we can get that addressed real soon so we can get game number 2 started here on RPG Limit Break.
Well, see, I think Slamu's internet's just doing what we wanted, giving us a nice 5 to 7 minute leeway in a launch here, and hopefully it'll smooth itself out. I'll just assume one of his kids is watching some 4K Disney Junior shows or something.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I don't know what his time zone is. I mean, I'm in the central time zone. It is 9:23 p.m. For some people, you're on the East Coast, it's 10:23 p.m. So, you think about it, it's their kids' bedtime. So if they are watching it, it might be on the West Coast.
Yeah, he's definitely West Coast time frame, so only about 7:30 p.m. for him there. So, and I'll share. He said worst case scenario that I can go ahead and draw pictures of what he imagines him doing on screen for him. I need the telestrator.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, we saw him. He was playing. He was playing that baseball game, Baseball Stars. Yes, Baseball Stars before he went live. So I mean, he definitely had it up and running, but it's just that the last few minutes he's had some problems. But again, hopefully we can get everything ready to go so we can bring you game number 2 real soon.
Absolutely. We do have a countdown in the race room, so we are going to get some action going here momentarily. I do have Slamu's stream up on the side as well, as I'll be able to catch that a little more if it does happen to go down, and we'll kind of keep everybody together here.
Sounds good, DK. Looks like we are underway on Nest Cardinality's side. So game number 2 between Nest Cardinality and Big Slamu. What do we have in the chest? We've got an herb. We've got a fairy flute, useful against the golems, but not at our current attack power. So that means no keys, no wings. So they're going to have to find keys or find Rimmaldar.
Absolutely. And then we're working on getting these streams all synced up here real fast as we see Slamu starting up now. So fairy flute, not my favorite. Could come in handy depending on if we find some golems running around or on a spike.
Yeah, if we see him on a spike tile, either in Charlock or the Swamp or in Hawk's Nest, that would definitely be useful once these runners get enough attack power. But again, check the treasury here in Tantagel Castle until we find some keys. So these runners are trying to level up. Hey, we've got a cave right off the top and a ghost at 8 attack power. Ooh, we have the sleep spell. This could be a good opportunity for both of our runners.
Absolutely. Sleep, not a bad item at all. And Nest finds that ghost, although Slamu finds a scorpion and then finds the jerk.
Jerk cave right at start, not too shabby. Ghost just about down in Escarnot. He had really good sleep luck. That ghost is going to go down without even a scratch. 4 HP to start, and magicians have the barbecue breath, DK. Not what you like to see early on.
Not at all. Not really viable to take down, but when you get ambushed and breathed on, there you go. But here's level 2 for Nest, getting 3 power, 11 agility, 23 hit points, 16 magic. That's a whole lot of sleeps.
And the power, not so great, but all the other stats, really, really nice boost in those stats there. A pretty good level up there for Nest Cardinality.
And I'll assume based on where it looks like we're at, it appears that we're in that far East Coast right now. Wonder after all that talk about reverse counts last night if either of our runners is taking a look at that possibly.
Yeah, Nest Cardinality with some misses on the Scorpion realizes not really strong enough to take on a Scorpion just yet. We need a little bit more attack power. They're worth 16 HP or 16 XP, which will definitely come useful later on. Here's another ghost chance for Nest Cardinality again. We do apologize for the technical difficulties as we get a Kaishi no Chigeki on the ghost, goes down, and that's another 4 points.
Yeah, last I saw, Slamu was trying to get a ghost himself. He's completely locked though, so we'll get you caught up as soon as we can get caught up on him there. But we'll be a couple ghosts away here and see what level 3 brings from Nestcard's perspective.
No question about it here. All right, the ghost wakes up, but Nest Cardinality should have plenty of resources to take it down without using another sleep spell, and that is another 4 points. 1 more experience point, or 3 more experience points, I beg your pardon. Now, he sees the magician. He's going to see the bad news. He is going to see that they've got the barbecue breath. There it is.
Yep. He finds out right now, but I guess it's early enough. It's nice to find out earlier than later. It's always funny when you kind of dodge that, and then like level 8 or 9, you just get ambushed in DL2, and you're like, huh, that's a thing.
Yep. So I'm thinking it's either 25 or 50% DL2 breath. We'll maybe get a better chance once we maybe see more magicians on the board. Here's another ghost for Nest Cardinality, and another excellent move. That's going to get him level 3.
Yeah, here we go. Meanwhile, Slamu is kind of moving along, so we'll see what he's up to in a moment. We got 7 power here, 7 agility, 13 more hit points, 2 MP, and heal more.
Oh, heal more's a nice one to have.
Absolutely. I mean, not a bad spell right now at level 3. We already have 57 HP, so it's not even entirely useless. Meanwhile, Slamu is locked up again, but has reached level 3.
Yep, and now the Scorpions have sleep, so that's annoying.
Yeah, Yeah, but it worked out there. All that HP, that heal more in tow, I think we're going to be okay with it. And that 16, another crit.
Ooh. This third one already DK. That is crazy. And that is going to be level 4 for Nest Cardinale. Here come the numbers. It's 12 power, 2 agility, 3 HP, 1 MP, and the return spell.
Yeah, and all those crits, you wonder how soon are we going to see a Viper?
Yes, the Viper, meaning the nice, excellent move that is a dodge. We call it a Viper because it is an excellent dodge.
Yeah, buddy. So now the enemies are starting to go down a little nicer there. We see that Magician go down. We see Slamu find a Magic Draki here, which is a nice enemy. But oh, he is tight. He's out of resources. Can he get it first? And he doesn't.
Oh, man. So close, but the perfect bid's going to end his turn. Magic Draki's 10 to 13 HP. Could have gotten 20 points there, but not to be. Oh, no.
Oh, baby breath. Oh.
It's the Wombo Combo Light. And another crit for Nest Cardinale, his 4th one already in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, just crit strats, never going to be frowned on.
Not at all. Continuing the exploration here. Now Magic Drakis are running away. We have 30 strength, so yeah, you're going to see that. Oh, you never like seeing getting ambushed by a Scorpion there, and he is going to be slept on for quite a while. Finally wakes up. Now going to put the Scorpion to sleep. Success.
Oh, there we go, finally. And that gets him exactly level 5. So we got another level up here, and that's coming in with 1 power, 7 agility, 5 hit points, 3 magic, heal, and radiant.
Ah, there's the radiant spell. Level 5's got it in the heal spell. Could come in handy, if we just want to top off a little bit, and it costs far less than it does to use the heal more spell.
Yeah, and with that level up, Nest is let's go ahead and take a look around the local area at least. I like this. You got a little bit of mobility, not a lot, but a little bit, and you got that HP in tow. Let's just happen to see if anything happens nearby.
Yeah, absolutely here. So we are continuing our exploration. Another Magic Dragon. This time it runs away. Slime runs away from Big Slamu, and he finds another one. It's like, oh, here I am.
Yeah, Slamu not getting quite the good luck with the encounters. He's seen a lot of slimes.
Red Slime's town. Can he get there, and can he take down the... Oh, he does run away from the Magician. Uh-oh, but here's a Stone Man. They hit like a truck. Gonna try to put it to sleep. Does get the sleep to work. He'll be able to escape just a few tiles away from town. And what do we have? It is Breckenary. Yay!
Yeah, it's not everybody's favorite town, but it's a top-off town. It's got stuff for sale here. Ooh. He has some ideas at least now.
Yeah, we have the Silver Shield. It looks like we have a Flame Sword. We've got half plates. So if there is a gold grind, a possible place to go to get a Silver Shield.
Oh, I just saw another town there too, and I agree. Keep those items in mind, which I'm sure Nestcard does great at. Let's see if you can get away from this werewolf.
Not when they have DL2 breath.
Ooh, buddy, that's a second spicy enemy already, but he's got knowledge of another location here.
Yep, that's something that he'll have an advantage on at the moment. But Big Slamu does get 18 points thanks to this droll, and he's going to get level 5.
Yeah, stream started out all cattywampus, but it seems to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, thank you very much for your patience, everybody. But at the moment, knock on wood, everybody, it looks like we've got everything under control. There's another ghost that's going to run away from Nestcard. Meanwhile, Big Slamu continuing his exploration. Nestcard now, they're going to put this to sleep. Green Dragon, this is trouble for Big Slamu.
Yeah, 39 agility, it's borderline to be able to run. He's got a decent chance to try and sleep it, but he is going to get sent home.
Yep, tough break there for Big Slamu. Back to start he goes. A Scorpion will be put to sleep by Nest Cardinale to take the 16 points. Next level at 165.
Yeah, and some discussion in chat about the charts. That's an Asmati Games add-on. It's just kind of added in on demand. We did have them in last night's DW Randomizer restream as well.
I love it. It's a nice touch to let runners know in terms of experience point gaps and whatnot, and how it's coming about as the race progresses here. Looks like Nest Cardinale going to opt to grind here rather than try to go back to see what that town was that he ended up falling just short at.
Yeah, the only town that could really pay off if it was for him would be Cole with a search spot in play. Otherwise, there's not really anything he could have purchased. He was out of money after losing half of it there. So I kind of like this play. 6 is coming soon.
And Rimmildar, you know, is also a possibility. I mean, that always seems to come and play in these races here, especially late in this tournament.
Exactly, and I think his thought is, let me get a little more stats, get some gold back. If it is end up being Rim, I have the gold in hand to be able to purchase some keys. Otherwise, you know, as we all know, it's going to be Hox's.
Druins have hurt more. That's no fun.
I'm kind of liking this, LOZ. That we got several blessed enemies so far. We'll keep it going.
Definitely, yeah. Like I mentioned, these runners are gonna have to earn it tonight. Level 6 has 00415. Where's MTI when you need him? Wow, the 00.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun for sure. The MP's not going to be frowned on. I mean, we're up to 6 Gilmores now.
And the HP is not going to be frowned upon because we have exactly the nice amount of HP.
Yeah, heck, we're already over 2/3 of the way to the HP we finished last night at level 18.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we weren't even cracking the double max DL2 breath threshold. They were going on 90 and 93 respectively.
Sure were. And this is a sketchy walk over to these locations here. There are some rough enemies, and we are still only at 39 agility.
Uh-oh, a green dragon for Nescard. He's able to run away from it. Big Slamoo gets the Poltergeist down for 15 points. It does look like Nescard now is going to try to go back to that town, but this Wraith Knight could be a problem. It is not a problem, and maybe it is a problem. Yes, it is a problem.
Yeah, that Wraith Knight does not want to say goodbye. It has his third encounter with one so far in this desert.
There's the Poltergeist dodging. They have Stomp Spell, which isn't terrible. What is terrible is that Nescarnali is going to get back to start again. This time the Green Dragon gets him. So once again, he does not get to that second town, and he's going to lose half of his gold. Meanwhile, Big Slamoo is taking out another Droll to get some more points. One more hit ought to do it for Slamoo. And it does, giving it another 18.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's level 6, just shy of the XP to where Ness is. Obviously, Ness has a little bit of an exploration advantage, knowing of Breck and a second town out there. We'll see what Slamoo opts to do here.
Absolutely here. So here's another Poltergeist here. Ness Cardinality will take the ghost fight. Next level is at 337 points.
All right, so it looks like we kind of dropped Slamoo there again. Keep an eye on him. He has started to press out towards that southeast corner while we see Ness taking round 3 of trying to get over to these towns.
Oh, there's a magician does run away. Hey, you've got DL2 breath. Why are you running away? All right, Ness Cardinality close to that second town again. Oh, just a Poltergeist. He should be okay. But he has one more tile he's going to have to get past.
Yeah, just hope that Poltergeist doesn't have something hiding behind that stop spell.
Yeah, like a 25% DL2 breath, and we hadn't seen it on Big Slamoo's side. Yeah, absolutely not. We don't want to see that. And it is Rimmildar. Oh! Ness Cardinality's thinking, I found it pretty quickly, but he might also be thinking, if Big Slamoo went this way and he didn't get the bad encounter luck I got, how far am I behind? We know he's got his keys right now. Slamoo doesn't.
Yeah, with this 150 gold, he is only going to be able to get 2 keys. I will assume at this point he will opt not to check this chest here in Rim in lieu of going back to the treasury at some point here.
Not yet. And look at this, another town. What do we have? Oop, just a ghost.
Wow, so we got 3 towns here in quick succession here in the south central area now, and we have Garenham.
That's a huge find there for Ness Cardinality because we have the treasury, but he's not going to do any purchasing right now because he's broke.
2 keys in hand. I am kind of surprised he didn't blow one of them on checking that back.
He might save it for a Death Warp and check the treasury in Tentagel Castle first, but he'll definitely be back. But yeah, I agree because if he gets stopped by Green Dragons again, or maybe this hurt more by a Druin Lord, it may be a while until he gets back there. So I can definitely see your logic in thinking that he maybe should have checked the treasury in Garenham.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed 3 chests plus a cave. Meanwhile, Slamoo is missing on our screen, but he has found these towns and is about to enter Rim right now.
We do have a gold grind potential here. We also have a fairy water. And there's Rimmildar for Slamoo. We've got an herb. And finally, we have a cursed belt. That gold is great because now I can just purchase keys here. It doesn't even have to go to Rimmildar to make those purchases.
No, absolutely agreed. So he's going to get topped off on his keys here. Slamu's walking around to get his keys. He also will only be able to purchase 2 keys with where he's at, and we'll see what he opts to do from here if he does make it up to Garringham.
Certainly. So you have Ness Cardinale going to get his fill on keys. He'll check to see what's in the basement here. We'll see if we have an old man living here, or if we got maybe the grave, mountain cave, swamp. Maybe we have tablet. Let's take a look. What is our cave? It is not an old man. What is it?
It's mountain.
Mountain cave it is. This could be a dicey exploration here. I mean, we do have 5 chests. It's not a particularly big place, but if there's some big enemies, that might be a problem. What also is a problem is Scorpions putting Ness Cardinality to sleep. Here's a magician for Slam who's able to take it down one shot. No problem at all. And he has taken an experience lead on Ness Cardinality.
Yeah, he sure has. When he came out of Rim, though, he went straight west instead of north, so he's not going to at least immediately find Garringham. And here comes chest 1 for Ness coming in with the stones.
Ooh, big find there for Ness Cardinale. That's one of the 3 pieces of homework that we check off our list. We have to get the Silver Harp, which we'll then need to trade in for the Staff of Rain, the Stones of Sunlight, and Erdrick's Token. And this blue dragon is trouble. He's got one more chance. Well, he's going to use the heal more. And they hit for 43. Yeah, this is trouble, and he sent back.
Yeah, not surprising. That was a tricky. Oh, we have another town for Slamu here. He is running some nasty enemies, but getting lucky with the sleeps and the runs, and we'll see what this town is.
And that's what you need to do to win these races. You got to have some luck with running away from these encounters, and we have Hawksness.
Yeah, Hawksness a little bit ramshackle here, but it's it's got that enemy. I think we'll probably not take a look at it, or maybe he's going to. And oh, never mind.
I wonder why Ness Cardinality opened the door and didn't go in to buy some more gold. I'm a little bit curious about that move.
Seems like he's just pressing on this. Wow, he gets away from the Armor Knight over on Slamu's side, but he's just pressing on Mountain, assuming that he might take another death and just lose the gold anyway.
He's setting up the gold grind. That's why he opened the door. I didn't know that's what you had to do to set up the gold grind, was open that door. Uh-oh, it's an AK-47, and we're not even on the spike tile. We're going to find out what...
That's 2 of them now. He has ran twice from an Armored Knight, and we have a Green Dragon.
Oh, that's a great enemy. That's a great enemy once we're better off with the stats. But that's what you need to win, is running away from AK-47s on 39 agility twice.
Oh, he got 1 damage on that Green Dragon. Almost had him.
Almost. He only needed another, 53 to 71 more points.
Nice takedown on that Spectre. Kind of surprised Ness didn't sleep it, just because he was losing the attack power battle there, but is ultimately moving on here.
And they'll get the Scorpion down. Yeah, that Spectre is huge, because that's going to put him back into the experience lead.
And yeah, now Slamu back in town, getting the knowledge of this treasury, is going to find that gold chest there, is about to head down and find the mountain cave. We'll see how successful he is at it.
Now, Spectres are between 25 and 33 HP. They do give 47 experience and 75 gold. They're kind of dodgy, though. It's a 1 in 16 chance. There's level 7 for Ness Cardinality. Gives 1, 3, 14 HP, 13 MP. Another big boon in HP and MP.
Yeah, absolutely. Strength's still languishing a little bit here, as is agility. And honestly, I kind of like this. This is a challenge for them. They don't have much offense. They don't have hurt more to bail them out right now. It's going to make them have to think about how to go about battling people with all that HP and all that sleep.
All right, gold in the second chest here in Mountain Cave. 3 chests left to go. Gold Man, nice for a quick cash fix to get 650 points, but at our 32 attack power, not really the best ideas. We do get a refund on our key and a fairy water. 1 chest left.
So outside of the potential for a gold grind, unless this final chest pays off, a little lackluster so far.
Yeah, this is one of those mountain caves. There's another gold man. Shouldn't be a problem. And the final chest, an herb.
Yeah, so we got a required item up top in the stones. It doesn't really help us progress in the game at this point, at least. But I guess it's nice to have out of the way, and we'll see how much Ness decides to grind to.
This looks like a potential death warp possibility, but he may be able to take down this gold man for 650. It's what, 20 some oddball points, 27 to 35.
Yeah, he wanted the death warp, and then it just kept throwing out hurt and barely doing anything to it. And of course, he runs into another gold man immediately.
Yeah, the hurts just do not do that much damage.
And question in chat, who won game one? Big Slamu won game one by 7 seconds, and that's denoted on the tracker there with the little golden slime to the left of his name.
Yep, meanwhile, it does look like Nest Cardinality wants the gold.
Yeah, this would almost been faster to walk out and just walk back around at this point.
Agreed. And there it finally gets the death. But that took a long time, DK.
Yeah, it sure did. It feels bad in the moment. And you saw him. We saw him run from the first gold man, so he had taken a thought to try and find something else, and just ran into the next one and thought, surely it'll punch me at some point.
And eventually it did. I mean, he almost had it down, so, I mean, it's not going to be a problem. He's going to do this gold grind here. And he's also going to grind on,
herbs.
What was that? Herbs, yes. And level 7 for Big Slamu. He'll get another HP and MP boost. And here is the gold grind for Nest Cardinality. Remember, he knows where the silver shield is. He also knows where a flame sword is. So I would imagine he is going to gold grind until he has enough to get the flame sword, the silver shield, and probably the half plate too.
Yeah, and I would fully expect to see him save here. He already knows how dangerous that walk is, having taken a couple deaths down that way. So you don't go out of your way to set this up and get it going, and then not save here. I would say.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to save at this point because it's a risky walk and it is far from free.
Absolutely. So somewhere along the way, Slamu did pick up a copper sword. I did miss that, but thank you, Tracker, for having that in there. Is trying to take on that Wraith, but it was a little dodgy with him.
$21,800 golds and counting. More gold for Slamu. Now he's doing his gold grind.
Yeah, his a little more dangerous since he's in the bottom floor of Mountain here. Does not have outside, so he will have to successfully navigate back out of here in order to keep this gold.
And keep in mind, Nest Cardinality died to a blue dragon in his first attempt, so if Big Slamu runs into one of those, it might be a gold grind in vain.
Exactly, and Slamu, from what we could tell at least, did not see the blue dragon on the first floor, is not aware of how dangerous this might be trying to get back out of here.
Yeah, it's definitely a risky play on Big Slamu's part. His Nest Cardinality is finished with his gold grind. He is going to go ahead, save. He's got 34,000 golds in tow. Tilo mentioned in chat that Slamu has seen the blue dragon and he was able to run away from it on the first try because why not? I could run away from an armor 947, a blue dragon, not a problem on 39 agility.
I mean, to be fair, Slamu's already ran for 2 armor knights at 39 agility. Why not?
Exactly. Why not? All right, Nest Cardinality is on his way back into Breckenridge to get his silver shield and his flame sword and his half plate. Big Slamu continuing his gold grind. He's at 30,500 and counting. I would imagine he's going to do the same thing, go to about 34,000. There it is, 34,021. So he just needs to get out of here with the gold intact, and he'll be able to maybe do some shopping. Meanwhile, Nest Cardinality closing in on Breckenridge, but we got a Wraith Knight to contend with first. He's able to escape.
Yeah, if he's able to gear up here. Ooh, green. Oh, gets away.
Good luck there for Nest Cardinality, and he has made it back to Breckenridge. It's time to go on a shopping spree.
Yeah, and once we get this gear in hand, you know, we might start fighting some of these fun things here.
Whoops, he just realized I want to buy the flame sword. I don't need no hand axe.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So he's got a decent chunk of defense there, even without armor yet. He's got that flame sword, which is the best sword money can buy as well, and is moving up here to Garanham.
Yeah, now he's going to get to, this is Rimmildar first. We don't know what's in this shop, because remember, he was broke.
That's right, and he hasn't checked the chest. Neither has, so we're going to get some more info here.
Yeah, the 2-for-1 special has the token.
All right, again, the tease not needed immediately, but is needed in order to gain access into Charlotte Castle.
Absolutely, because you needed to get the rainbow drop from the jerk, which is near start. All right, let's see if there's anything on offer here in the shop. And we've got full plate, and he's not going to buy it. Or is he? He is going to buy the full plate. Good choice, I say.
Yeah, unlike Slamu, he does have knowledge, and Garanham is just a screen north, but no guarantee it has anything better and could honestly have something worse.
Correct. I mean, he can buy that, and if there is magic armor on offer, he'll still have enough money to buy it, I think.
Well, it's 7,700, but he can, if there's something like the closure sale, he can buy that, get half his gold back, and still have enough money at that point.
Correct, because he could downgrade his armor to get half of the refund of what he purchased on the full plate, and then he'd be able to buy the magic armor. Yeah, that would be great if that was a situation. Let's see what's in the store. There is magic armor.
Oh, he's going back. I was like, I didn't get to see what the other armor was.
Leather.
Yeah, he can go leather or chainmail.
Yep. Now he can buy it. He has just enough.
No, he's just short. If he would have bought the leather armor, he would have been good. Now he's 10 short.
Ah, little bit of a math mistake. See, this is why you need people like me running these races, because I would have gotten. Wait, he's gonna sell the fairy water. I love it.
Yeah, and he could have still did it without selling the fairy water. He could have just bought the leather armor and sold the chainmail and got 150 back. But there he goes.
Yep, now he has enough money to go to the inn, and he could check the treasury here in Garanham as well. So kind of an unorthodox way to get that the magic armor, but it worked out. Oh, look at the NPCs playing defense. And it's the armor.
Of course it's the armor. I've been thinking it this whole time. That is absolutely magic.
DK, if that doesn't say game knows, I don't know what does.
That was so good. I missed the other two chest items. But Ardrick's armor Manip was fantastic.
Nothing really of too much value. And what cave do we have here, DK?
We'll see in a second. I was making a mental note down on the paper. I missed it. We'll see where he's moving here in a second.
Meanwhile, Slamu back into Rimmildar.
Yeah, it has to be Swamp North. He's walking straight south.
All right, Swamp North. So might got to check to see what's on the spike tile. Might have to rescue Gwendolyn. I mean, there's a full plate purchase from Big Slamu, but little does he know. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, for Slamu's perspective, he's not going to be quite able to sell off and make enough money to get back the magic armor, but if he goes north, he will get that Erdrick's armor instead. So,
yep, Slamu going to get his token right about now. Neskar now is through the swamp cave. A torch can only be used in dark places. I think he wanted to use the fairy water, which he just did. Now is this is this Exile Island, or do we actually have something on this continent?
Oh man! And meanwhile, Slamu does exactly what he did the last time. Starts walking west immediately, so is going to go 0 for 2 on locating Garanham just north of my screen.
And that exploration could be costly for Slamu.
Yeah, I mean, Erdrick's armor is rather big. Not just the defense, but the heal walking and everything.
Neskar now going to try to take down this green dragon and win a damage race. It's definitely risky.
Not to curse this, but this is just begging for this thing to have heal more on the back end.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. 54 to 72 HP is what they have. Gets a nice 10 roll there. Nice 11 roll there.
But yeah, this will leave him too short of a level, so I don't mind the play.
Oh, not at all. This will definitely help him if they do not have heal more. And there it is, 135 big points for Nescarnality.
Yeah, a little bit heavy on the resources there, but it's a successful takedown. You gotta like it.
It looks like the continent is trying to expand. Also, we didn't talk about this with the Erdrick's armor. Oh, we do have a cave. So this is not a nothing burger. What is it? It is the trade-in cave, but we do not have the silver harp.
Yeah, again tonight, the last item that they find that they need is Erdrick's, or the silver harp that is needed for picking up that staff of rain in that cave. So the exploration continues.
Absolutely, it does. So with the Erdrick's armor, every step we take, we heal 1 HP back. We are completely resistant to stop spell. The damage on Hurtmores and Hurts and Dragon Breath is reduced by 1/3. And we also don't take any damage from the swamp tiles or those 15 HP trap tiles that you might see in Sharlock and Cantlin. We have not seen Cantlin yet, or Sharlock for that matter.
Yeah, exactly. And this is enough for the next level. We're getting 13 more HP or MP.
Another big boost in MP. It takes us up to 74. We're up to 85 HP, so we're closing in on good HP.
Yeah, absolutely. HP, MP coming along extremely well. That strength is still just terrible. Thank goodness for this flame sword for these guys.
Yeah, no question about it here. It makes, drolls and wyverns and the like, more palatable enemies for both of our runners. Metal Scorpion's another one. Oh, look at that. One shot with the Flame Sword. 31 more points there for Nest Carnality. Again, we'll try to get Big Slamu up. Oh, this is a problem, though. 42 agility on AK-47 might end Nest Carnality's turn. And he is not getting Slamu's luck. Of course not.
Not at all.
And he'll be sent back.
Meanwhile, a preview from Slamu's stream, he walks straight back to Hawksness here. So we might get a look at the spike here in a moment if he gets there.
I love what Gigalith said. Slamu has to insert a quarter every minute to keep his internet going. Have you ever played those arcade games where you have to insert money and you get so many minutes of time to play the game?
Yes, absolutely. Bowling alleys as a kid in the 80s lived on quarters.
Absolutely. So here's a wolf lord. Now, since Nest Carnality doesn't know about Hawksness and we know there's a green dragon there, to me, there's no question in my mind he would go for it.
Yeah, he already knows what's here with the green dragon, I think is what it was, if I recall.
It was in Hawksness, yes.
Yeah, and sleep he can sleep it. He can just battle and hurt more or heal more, and we have a town.
Yes, we do for Nest Carnality. So he's back to Garenham, and I'm wondering if Nest Carnality is either going to try to explore some more, or if he's going to try to go back to where he took the death. Ooh, Magic Wyvern is down. That's 83 more points. We are 129 points away from the next level on Nest Carnality's side. Again, we do apologize for Big Slamu's hiccups there, but again, we'll try to get him up as soon as possible.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait a bit to figure out what it was. It looks like he was successful in already leaving Hawksness. He has gotten level 9 at this point, which did come with the big Hurtmore.
By the way, that screen was frozen. I thought for a moment we had a new enemy. We had the Demon Armor Knight, or Demon Axe Knight, for a moment.
McGrew spares no expense on these Grand Finals ROMs.
Yeah, why not? Oh, here's a town for
another town. There we go. So what are we down to? Cole and
Cantlin. Yes, that's exactly right. All right, Stoneman, he was not able to run away from, so he's going to use the sleep. Not going to take any chances here. And what do we have? It is Cole. Big Slamu out of resources, and he gets away from another Armor Knight. What in the world? Silver Harp. So technically, he could be in grind and go mode, but I think we need to find the sword to really have a shot.
Yeah, and we could very well have had sword inside Hawksness. We literally have no idea if it was a nothing, if it was sword, or if it was Death Necklace.
Absolutely, and Nest Carnality knows where the Trade-in Cave is. We just don't know where Sharlock is, though.
Yeah, Slamu in a whole different part of the world here. Looks like he's getting towards the northwest and finds our other town. So he's going to get Cantlin. If we have cords here, we know this is going to be sword.
You're right.
Or, no, we still have the Death Necklace. Okay, so we're still kind of in between because Slamu's Dagon stream is ruining us here.
And, of course, there's still the possibility of the Pyramid game.
So the only thing that matters here is Slamu goes down here in a moment and gets his radishes.
Yep. The herbs, which I guess you can call them radishes because they, I suppose, would resemble them. I like it.
No, here's the radishes coming up right there.
The torch.
No, right after he gets this. Here he comes. There he goes, down south.
Ah, I gotcha. So it's a little bit of a meme on Slamu's end.
Absolutely. He always buys radishes.
Why not? All right, McGrew, next update, you got to have the ability to buy radishes, and they, like, heal a certain amount of HP. Something like that.
So Slamu, even though he has the full plate, it's going to take time to check these shops. He's still shy of the magic armor amount, but does take a look to see if it exists.
And hurt more on level 9, by the way. Slamu knows about that, of course, but now Nest Carnality, he's got the big stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's big. It's everything we need at this point to get going here. Sure, stop still is okay sometimes. Outside might be nice for, a tablet check, but otherwise not necessary.
No. All right, Slamu checking the final armory. Large shield on offer. Of course, we don't need it. He's got the silver shield.
Yeah, and I don't like the extra time he's taking here. The defense from the magic armor to from the full plate is identical. The only thing additional would be the hurt more reduction in the 1 in 4 healing. But here we go, chords.
Nothing. No coordinates tonight, which definitely increases our chances of Eredric's sword being in the pyramid in Sharlock. We love to see that. We didn't have that last night. Maybe we'll have it tonight.
Exactly. So both have a little bit of knowledge. The other doesn't. Just from exploration luck here. And to be honest, I like where Ness is in a position in comparison to Big Slamu. Obviously, Caitlin absolutely not needed, although if Sword's outstanding, I would expect Ness to try and find it, where Ness doesn't have the Hawksness location.
No, he has not seen Hawksness yet. Neither player, at least to our knowledge, knows where Sharlock is. Yeah,
and you never know. Slamu could have came across it during one of his cutouts here, but yeah, I haven't seen it during his brief blip-ins here. And Nescard is now onto the West Coast as well.
Yeah, when you see that little straight edge, you know you're on the edge of the continent in any of the cardinal directions.
So, meanwhile, at least temporarily, I'll be able to give us a Slamu update. He left town, went straight north. There it is. We got a cave, and he froze again. We'll find out what that cave is in a bit.
It could be the grave, could be Tablet, and Nest Carnality about to find Caitlin. He's about to find out that there are no coordinates.
Yep, sure enough. So he's just a screen south of where Slamu is right now, and just bypasses the town and goes north and finds this cave.
Oh, it's the same cave. This is a high five for both of our runners here. Tablet?
Absolutely. So we got Tablet. Slamu's going to give us some light here, while Nescard has no issue at all walking this in the dark.
Yeah, I finally remembered it was Tablet because it's a zigzag that goes down, right, down, right, down, right.
Absolutely. So one chest here, completely free, no enemies, and Nescard now is going to let us know there is a death necklace here.
Ooh, so that might give him the sense that maybe there are no coordinates. I mean, he'll probably still check anyway, but yeah, there's your death necklace. So that tells me it's one of two situations. Now, we have not seen the freebie cave yet, and of course, we haven't seen the grave yet, but right now, our options are dwindling here, DK, on where that sword could be.
Yeah, and still, Slamu could have it and had gotten it out of Hawks, and we just don't know.
Now we did see that there was so far one cursed belt. Cursed belt tells us that one of the search tiles are in place. So that means either that's the only one or there might be another one. If we do see a second one, then we know that Hawksness has something, and that something has got to be the sword.
Thank you, Tilo in chat. He's the smarter one, noticing that Slamu has his tracker up. So Slamu does not have it tracked. He still has a flame sword track. So most likely, or it had to be a nothing burger in Hawksness then.
Yeah, that sounds right to me, given the odds, I'd have to say. So now Nest Carnality in Cantlin. We'll find out no coordinates tonight. You'll have to find the sword elsewhere.
Yeah, so we got Grave outstanding, and that's 5 chests, and with the much needed sword still hiding out there, if we don't get it in the top, I would fully anticipate both runners diving.
Yeah, I agree.
This map is insane, by the way. One tile opening on this west coast just keeps going north and north as Slamu gets past these mountains into some hills.
But does it lead to anything, or is this just one big nothing burger? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, at this point we have three locations outstanding. We got the freebie cave, we got grave.
That gold that Big Slamu has, that's an ominous sign.
Oh, it sure is.
All right, so we're starting to expand a little bit more here. And there is something here. We do find a cave. This could be the grave. This could be the freebie cave, too.
If it's grave, it's a little rough right now. Slamu down to 15 magic. It is just a freebie.
All right, but hey, who knows? Maybe the sword is here. But no, it's just a cash hoard.
Yeah, complete nothing burger there. Oh, there's grave just south.
Wow. So that little isthmus there, that little isthmus that they had to go through, that's how you needed to get to those two caves. That is crazy. Yeah. This could be a nothing burger. Nest Cardinality is right there. So if we find the sword, we're done.
Yeah, Nestcard has a ton more resources and heal walking in his back pocket. So if there's anything of note in here that could burn Slamu, that could be really, really big trouble for him.
All right, nothing in those three chests of interest. Now, Slamu, regardless, is going to have to do a deep dive because he does not have the silver harp yet. Now, Nest Cardinality sees both of these caves. He'll see the freebie cave. He'll see the grave, but he's going to go into the grave. Not yet. He's got to get through this tonight. That should not be a terrible problem, even with the back attack.
So his experience lead for Ness is growing just a little bit, and we do find it's a dead end just south of here. So he'll take a look at this other cave. I think he's got to know where we're at now.
Oh, definitely.
But things like that Magic Wyvern that Big Slamu just ran from because he's so low on resources.
Problem for Slamu. And he's able to escape again!
This is absurdity. Absolute absurdity at this point. It gets the sword!
That's good and bad news. That's great news for Nest Cardinality left.
Oh my goodness. What? I guess he's banking on Hawksness, possibly, especially with no search spot in play and in chords. He's thinking that the 80% chance that Hawksness has something, and trying not to waste his time on Grave, and he's just going to have to go all the way back there to get his sword.
That's rough. I mean, I don't fault him, but at the same time, it's gonna burn him. It is also gonna burn Slamu because he didn't find the silver harp. If he would have found the silver harp first, the time gain would have been tremendous for him.
Yeah, at this point, Slamu doesn't know he doesn't need to go any deeper. We know he doesn't have to go any deeper. Is going to try and get down to chest 5, which we know at best is a fighter's ring. And then he's just got to figure out he's got to go one screen north of Rim to find everything else that he would want to know about with armor.
Absolutely. All right, there is the fighter's ring here. That's a +2 attack power. And you know what? That's going to be an item Nest Cardinality is never going to see. Because once he finds the sword here, he's going to leave.
And chest 5 in the grave was fighter's ring.
There you go. So with that, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the producers have told me they are well over budget on the season. No pyramid game.
Yeah, about the only thing we can play the pyramid game for is if this dive is nasty and they, for some reason, feel they need to go find some herbs and hope that there's some herbs in there.
Right, exactly. All right, Nest Cardinality healing up here at Rimbledar. Big Slamu. Now, he does not have outside, so he has to go manual. That's another problem for him as well.
Yeah, he can take a death to many things in here. We already saw the Armor Knight. The one issue with Slamu is he didn't get official confirmation this is a dead end up here like Nestcard did. So we'll see what he opts to do, but he's got to have, I hope he has some kind of mapping here to have understanding of where he still has to look. Amazing we haven't seen Sharlock yet.
I agree. I mean, and it's possible Nest Cardinality never sees it. Because if he goes back to Grave, gets his sword, that's that.
Well, here's going to be Hawksness for Nestcard. We'll see how he does against this Green Dragon. Should be a pretty straightforward fight, and get his news into nothing.
Yeah, and when he sees that there is nothing on the spike tile here in Hawksness, he'll know it's either going to be Grave or Sharlock that's going to have his sword.
And Slamu is sleeping the Snowman, so he clearly does not want to death warp out of here. He wants to try and figure out what else is up here and finish this exploration.
Definitely. And now Carnali's going to grind. Why not? I mean, hurt more. You can get a one-shot like he just did right there for 135 points. Not as reliable as, armored or axe knights. There's 4, 1, 4, 1. 2 pair.
Yeah, sure enough. And that's still miserable from a stats perspective right now.
Yeah, our attack power is pathetic, and our agility is too.
Yeah, we're going to see several more levels. The nice thing is they're already 1 HP shy of where they finished last night, so at least they got that going for them.
Oh, absolutely. But now you say that, watch HP just completely flatline.
You never know, right? That's half the fun, I think. But yeah, Slamu does successfully get out. It looks like he got confirmation that that south dead end's got to finish out the rest of this map up here, and then is going to wish that he had just died in grave a while ago.
I mean, it's not, much space to check from the south, but yeah, still, absolutely, every little bit of time helps.
Oh, yep, there he goes. He's taking the swamp way back. He's doing a Slamu.
He sure is. And the Drakeem is like, I'm not even going to give you the pleasure to take you home.
All right, so Ness going to go ahead and do some grinding here. Gotta wonder, is he going to put all his eggs in the Sharlock basket, or will he go all the way back to that northeast or northwest to get back in the grave to chest fort?
If he does, that's a problem. I don't see him doing that. He doesn't strike me as the runner who would just leave grave behind. I think he's going to play it. I mean, it's not deep grave, but it is deep grave.
Exactly. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Slamu, meanwhile, back at start, is trying to find some stuff here and finds nothing so far.
Boy, I tell you what, we haven't seen Sharlock yet. I got a hunch Sharlock is in that second continent. As we have level 12 with 15 power, 3 agility, 5 HP, and 7 MP. Good level there. That attack power was just what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely. With Erdrick's sword, we now be able to do a little bit of damage to the Dragon Lord.
And guess what, DK? We have 97 HP. Huzzah!
Heck yeah. And, agility's still languishing a little bit here, but that will most likely come along at least a little bit to get them in a nicer defensive point range.
Good question, chat, DK. What's the attack power difference between the Fire Sword and Erdrick's sword?
There is a 12 attack point difference. Flame Sword gives you 28 attack bonus, and Erdrick's sword gives you 40. And just remember, Slamu got that Fighter's Ring, which is an additional +2.
Which, again, I do not expect Ness Carnali is going to ever see it, because once he gets that sword, he'll bail.
No, 100%. That's going to literally be the last item he needs. Meanwhile, Slamu comes at Garenham from a completely different direction, from the east instead of the south, and is about to get really rewarded here.
Yeah, he's going to have his silver harp, and now he still, I do believe, has to find the trading cave, which if he can get through swamp and, do enough exploration, he will find his trading cave.
Yeah, he still has to find coal as well, though, and that's a big one for him to get that harp.
Meanwhile, it does look like Ness Carnality is heading back to the grave. Unfortunately, he's got it. Well, they have hurt. That's good.
Yeah, they have hurt. He had hurt more. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just throw out a couple hurt mores there.
He might be thinking about saving his resources for the dive.
Oh, never mind. He hasn't topped off yet. He has no resources.
Yeah, he has no resources at all, so forget about it. He can't do it even if he wanted to.
Nice. Then, meanwhile, Slamu does get his Erdrick's armor. Is going to go down here, get the news about Swamp, and we'll see what he opts to do.
All right, so Ness Carnali going to fill her up here at Cantlin, and then he will go back to the grave, I would imagine.
Slamu throwing on Radiant tells me that he's going to go check the spike. So here we go. What do we got?
Snowman, not an appealing play. Let's leave.
Absolutely. Green Dragon all dead.
Yep. So that Green Dragon grind, that's definitely the place to be. So, once Ness Carnality, he's going to go to the grave. He's going to find the sword. He'll be in grind and go mode, except for one thing. We still don't know where Sharlock is. Again, I'm speculating that Sharlock is somewhere in that second continent.
Yeah, and we all know Ness maps very meticulously, so he will have a very, very strong idea on where this final location will be. And this is going to pay off huge dividends for him. The one thing is, if he does stop at chest 4 and doesn't go down and get that fire's ring, with this strength coming along a little slow, would that +2 possibly come into play at a questionable go level?
Every little bit helps. It's, you just never know, DK. I mean, we've seen what has happened in Nest Cardinalities before in finals. Low rolls on the Dragon Lord. Every little bit helps. I mean, it could come into play. It just depends if we might find that big boon in attack power somewhere later on.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Neskard, though, with like a nearly double experience point lead over Slamu, it's going to take a little bit of luck for sure for Slamu to be able to drag himself back into this one, with him not having full knowledge yet, where Neskard does outside of location of Sherlock.
Oh, certainly. I mean, right now, Nest Cardinality definitely has the edge on exploration. He's done a really good job up to this point. In my opinion, a nice comeback from last night. I mean, last night, we talked about it. Both these runners didn't have the best exploration.
Yeah, and this map has been a little special for sure. So it looks like Slamu has opted to stay on this first continent, or at least what we assume is the first continent. It doesn't appear that they connected anywhere. Is going to finally come across Cole here.
Yep. Meanwhile, Nest Cardinality going to get his Erdrick sword. He's in grind and go mode, and he doesn't have outside.
He wanted the outside there for sure.
He doesn't have outside, so he too can't, just leave. That's right. He does not have just a little bit outside. He has to go all the way back manually.
All right, Slamu with the harp. Both runners on equal footing, minus fighter's ring for Neskard here. We'll see what he opts to do here. He is swinging through the Stone Man without sleeping it, maybe hoping that it just kills him, but he's most likely going to take it out.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, he'll take the points. I mean, it's 155 points. Why not? 102 to 135 HP. But yeah, he's looking for an enemy just to take him down. But I think he'll take the encounter if it just gives it to him. This will probably send him back.
Yeah, he's low on HP this time. He's got his winner for getting out of here. So that +2 on the fighter's ring is going to be in play for the remainder of this. He will never come back here for sure. Not looking for that. And Slamu's got to figure out where the exchange cave is.
Yep. I mean, if he just goes through swamp, he'll find the exchange cave. Yeah, only Nest Cardinality knows where that exchange cave is. But again, neither player knows where Sherlock is.
Yes, but the rainbow drop, I believe, has been found by both.
Yeah, rainbow drop is next to the castle.
Of course. I was like, I thought we had seen it, and that explains why I thought we saw it. It was super early.
Yep. Easy to forget. I mean, it was 50 minutes ago. Trixie, there is no Sherlock. That would be crazy. It's like, this he doesn't have Sherlock. Here, nobody wins.
Just walking around the overworld. I have this rainbow. Where do I give it? Where do I use it?
Right? See, this is how we're going to get the game number 3 guaranteed. No Sherlock. We have to have a game number 3.
Exactly. So Slamu, still just Harp, is back in Hawksness grinding and quickly gaining experience. At this point, must have an idea. Maybe he finished exploring the first continent. It's been really hard to keep up with where he's been. So he might have an idea that, hey, I need to go through to find the exchange cave, and that's where Sherlock's going to be unless he saw it somewhere.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I will say this about Sherlock. This Sherlock, provided it's on the second continent, it's way out of the way here. You fail a dive on that, that's going to be a major time loss.
Yeah, it sure is. It's a little bit of a walk for sure. Luckily, Garenham isn't too terribly far away, but it's Swamp North, so you have to walk south through it, and then you've got to walk your way all the way back to Sherlock and then through it. And Sherlock is huge, so yeah, especially a low level or a Dragon Lord loss is giant.
And there is the Staff of Rain for Nest Cardinality, and he will use the return spell so he can get his rainbow drop. He's going to have to go back anyways. Would have you done the same thing, or would have you looked for Sherlock first just to give you peace of mind, then use the return?
I think it varies. If you have full knowledge that you only have one direction left on the map left, and that's it, and you're confident, especially if you're a Nest card who draws extremely detailed mapping, If you're confident you only have one direction left, I would not even bother. I would leave it alone. However, in other races, I've absolutely gone looking for it because I've had like 6 different directions to go, and I want to have that knowledge before I get moving.
Definitely. So I would imagine Nest Cardinality might grind first in Hawk's Nest. We'll see what he's got in mind. We've got an Armored Knight. He's going to go for the, oh dear, they have Heal More. That's no fun.
Yeah, that hurt was awful nice until that Heal More came along.
Well, used hurt this time, so if he lands this shot, he'll get the 172. Does get the connection, he'll get the 172. Closing in on a level 13, which is at 4,125.
So yeah, just as a note for those that may have joined us late, Big Slamu has been having some internet issues on his end. We are trying to keep him up as much as possible and keep an eye on him on the side here. Looks like his stream did kind of partially restore, but then it stopped again. So I don't know exactly where he's at right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're pretty much playing the guessing game. It's almost like listening to it on the radio. You don't see the action, you can only hear the action.
All right, so Slamu asked me to, so here we go. We're going to telestrate him. Right now, Big Slamu, talking to the king for about the 15th time because he keeps dying, is getting a pep talk. King's like, you know what? My daughter's out there, and Slamu's like, I ain't seen any woman out there, but I am looking for a couple caves if you know where they're at. But he's going to go back to Green Dragons, I'm sure, just like Neskar did.
And this is definitely the right play for Nest Cardinality. He's going to keep grinding until he's at a level high enough where he's ready to go into Sharlock. I mean, yes, he still has to find it, but both of these runners have to know by now. It's somewhere on that second continent.
Yep, absolutely. And this Green Dragon, well done. Here comes level 13. Let's see what happens.
And here come the digits for Nest Cardinality for level 13. It's going to be 8, 24 agility, 16 HP, and 1 MP. Hey, we don't have to worry about HP tonight, but Death Necklace now in play.
Absolutely, and a ton of defense now with that plus 24 to the agility. That gave us 12 more
huge
defense points.
Because take a look at the defense here. It's at 91. That means we are defense breaking a lot of enemies that are in Charlotte. That includes Green Dragons.
Question in chat, Neskard has the drop. Absolutely. After he got the Staff of Rain for the harp, he returned and immediately picked that up. So he is in full grind and go at this point.
Yeah, and this is beautiful because now this is what I like to call nuzzle more that the dragons are using because we're defense breaking them.
Yes, sirree. So here we go. We got Slamu back a little bit here. He is just shy of level 13 still. Is going to go back through Swamp knowing that's where things are located. All this time while he's doing this, Neskar is going to be getting 135 a pop off these Green Dragons and building a decent experience lead. For Slamu, he needs a few things to go his way. Obviously, a bad Sharlock that goes his direction is always the thing that can happen, and that happens frequently. A very questionable level where that +2 from that fighter's ring comes into his benefit, or small miracles happen sometimes.
Another green dragon. We got a blue dragon on Big Slamu's side. It looks like he wants to go for it.
Well, maybe he's thinking back to last night. You know, Blue Dragons played a big part in his ability to maintain an experience point lead while he was moving around the overworld, and just wanted to take one down for how much?
180!
Excellent. I could never pull that off. Appreciate that. So here we go. We're going to see a bunch of Green Dragons. 5625 experience needed for level 14 for Ness here. Just 3 more Green Dragons after this, and we'll see what happens.
Definitely here. Yeah. Again, defense breaking them. I mean, and also 91 DL2 is meleeing us for 47 maximum, so that's also good.
All right, Slamu has found the old man here to get his Staff of Rain, has completed that, and is now just a rainbow away from grinding go.
Now it looks like he wants to look for Sharlock first because he is not using the return spell to trade it in and get his rainbow drop.
Yeah, remember, Big Slamu hasn't come through here yet. Ness has been through twice now at least, and did get some decent exploration on this side of the world, so has a much better picture of what this continent looks like.
Oh, definitely for sure. But again, he does not know where Sharlock is yet. And Slamu, you would imagine, is probably going to find it first. But here's level 14 for Nest Cardinality with 1, 3, 10 MP, another nice boost in MP, but our HP still not enough if we want to utilize that death necklace.
Yeah, we're getting into that questionable territory though here. HP still taking off. We're 3 MP away from a 13th heal more, and you know, you start to wonder, is 15 or 16 going to either give us a giant bump in strength, or are we going to get that big bump in HP to give us that death necklace in play? We're probably 2 to 3 levels away from go here, folks.
I would imagine so. Now, if you're wondering what the death necklace does, now it does curse you just like in the vanilla game, but it does have its perks. It does give you 10 additional attack power points, which these runners looking like they're probably going to need it, but it does come at the cost of 25% of your maximum HP. And furthermore, if you take a death, the king will not heal you and leave you with just 1 HP, so that can be a problem too.
Yeah, I think the king takes a little too severe here. You know, it's just a necklace.
Yes, but it's got a nasty skull on it, so I can see why you would think the king would be mean. Is this? Well, we find Sharlock, but how the heck do we get there? Boy, we have to go all the way around.
Yeah, that's a fun. Sharlock with those walls can always come into some fun topography there, and it sure as heck has this time.
And there's level 13 for Slamu.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ness just grinding away here. 8 red dragons, 8 green dragons, counting this one away from level 15 at 7,500 experience.
Back-to-back misses for the green dragon. That is crazy. That's how you know your defense breaking them, folks.
Yeah, just swinging away here, 2 to 3 shotting, and not in any danger whatsoever.
So Slamu goes back, he gets his rainbow drops, and now he is also in Grind and Go mode, but he is 2,500 experience points back of Nest Cardinality, and right now there's just not a borderline level at the moment. I mean, if we get a level that just gives us a big boost of attack power, this would not bode well for Slamu. If Slamu wants to come back and win this one, there has to be a questionable level somewhere.
Yeah, and Slamu has that 1-0 lead right now. So, you know, does he opt to take a play on or a questionable level of that nature in, you know, or does he want to play it safe, thinking Ness might feel the pressure to do so and take that spare level, and it might pay off for him.
All right, Ness Cardinality has no more MP, but again, because of the fact that we are defense breaking green dragons, it's going to still take a while before Ness Cardinality will go down to 1, and he can 2 or 3 shot a green dragon. He could still get to level 15 before that death warp.
Absolutely. So we are it does appear we're playing with a little bit of stream leg with Big Slamu. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. It's very obvious that Neskard does have a sizable XP advantage, though.
Agreed. Ness Cardinality is definitely clearly in the lead. I mean, unlike last night where it was just absolute chaos back and forth, these two runners are going. Ness Cardinality clearly has the lead on Slamu tonight at this point.
And we'll see what level 15 comes with. This green dragon will do it for him here. Should be able to take it out with no issue, even without MP here. And we'll see if it maybe goes level or just, you know, kind of disappoints us a little.
Well, we're about to find out here as the green dragon goes down. All-important level 15 coming up for Ness Cardinality. Let's see if this will do it for him. 10 power, 4 HP, and 12 MP, and just a bit outside. And look at that. That is 15 heal mores. Now we are doing, 5 to 11 damage. So we're close, but the attack power is still lacking, and we still just don't quite have enough HP to utilize that death necklace.
What are we looking at? Like 21 attacks on average here. We got 14 heal mores. We definitely are getting some doubles. Grab some fairy waters. If I'm Ness, I'm grabbing fairy water and going.
I will say this much. 15 is, in my opinion, and you could say I'm stretching this just a little bit, DK. I think Slamu could roll on level 15. Could.
Yeah, Slamu, again, he'll have that +2, so he'll be at 125, which is what, around, I mean, that's going to take that's going to take 1 or 2 attacks off with that low range. He could also grab the fairy waters, so this will be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he gets to level 15. he'll have a decision to make. I mean, he's up 1-0. He wins tonight. He wins the championship. This is a must-win for Ness Cardinale. And I'll tell you what, he's making use of the fact that he's defense breaking these Green Dragons because he is still going on the grind.
Absolutely. Unless he has to do a bunch of heel walking here or decides to use his orbs, he might run out of steam here soon. And it really isn't that far from start, to be quite honest, as we see his screen turn a little red there. Meanwhile, Slamu just shy of level 14. We know 14 is not the answer, but 15 not going to be too far back for him here, to be quite honest.
Our Ness Cardinality at 8,200 plus experience points says that's enough for now, because he probably is looking to heal up, but the Stoneman actually might send him back. No. All right, Green Dragon grind continuing for Big Slamu, and yeah, he's at 89 DP, so I believe he too is defense breaking these Green Dragons.
Yeah, Nessa heading straight to Breckenary. He is definitely going to go take on some Fairy Waters.
Yep, indeed.
Meanwhile, on Slamu's side, he has just gotten level 14 here, somewhere within probably 1 to 3 minute range of where Nescard's stream is. We did delay Nescard as well at the beginning, so the timing's all a little crazy here. So we'll definitely rely on race time here, site here. But there goes the Fairy Waters.
Now the 64,000 gold question, DK, is if this is Ness Cardinality's dive attempt to Sharlock, you think he's going to check Pyramid for the ring?
That's a tough one, and I think it might be ultimately what ends up being in zone 3 there. Meanwhile, though, Ness didn't sell anything off, which tells me that he's just planning on using Fairy Waters to most likely repel.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen, he's defense breaking a lot of stuff here. I mean, if he can get to 94 defensive points, then you're defense breaking X-Knights, and you can repel them with the Fairy Waters.
Yeah, absolutely here. But meanwhile, Slamu slowly chopping away. He has plenty of resources to get this 15th level here, and we'll see if he does opt to take that dive at this point.
My hunch says that Slam is going to go for it on level 15. I mean, he knows what he's got to do. You got to take risks if you want to beat Ness Cardinality. I think all these runners know that by now. Yeah, and I've been thinking about this. This is one of those weird situations. Slamu just somehow, again, just like last night, he misrouted to where he didn't see easy access in Rim and Keys just north of Sharlock near start, and found that key way out there, right? Today, he misrouted and missed Garenham, which had our armor, and then also did not find Cole first, found all the way to that northwest corner, found Grave, which, because of missing items, caused him to dive and pick up a fighter's ring that Ness obviously dropped out of because it was a 1 in 8 chance at that point for him. And it made sense from a math perspective. It's just crazy how this game works. Yeah, it's just one of those seeds where it just was absolutely a wrong order seed for Slamu tonight. Yeah, wrong order ended up getting him fighter's ring, which could absolutely be the entire difference. I mean, with where they're at right now, they're going to level up. He's going to get level 15 just shy, or just before Nescard gets level 16. Yeah, absolutely. And Slamu already knows where Sharlock is. Ness Cardinality does not. So, I mean, Ness Cardinality, if he goes the wrong way, could lose some time. And if Slamu makes this dive, and their defense is fantastic, if he makes this dive, he could pull it off. And what's going to be funny is looking at his experience, he's going to be 2 experience short after he kills enough Green Dragons here. A word. That's when you start wondering, man, why didn't I kill that red slime back at level 3? Right? You just never suspect that's ever going to be a factor. I mean, you think about it 20, 30 minutes ago. It's like, why didn't I kill that red slime? Well, I didn't need it at the time. Yeah, so we'll see what he decides to do once he does hit level 15 here. I think those that might see his stream might know the answer to that. But meanwhile, level 16, mere moments away for Nescard. Just a couple more red. I keep wanting to say red. They're green. I can clearly see green. You're not thinking about the Cincinnati Reds again, are you, DK? I try not to think about them, sir, because it makes me sad. I know. I mean, I've been watching them. They've had a nice bounce back season, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. But again, that's another story for another time. Back to the Green Dragons. Yep.
All right, I think this is the winner. This is the one that'll, oh no, just shy for Ness as well. He's 97.50.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we're getting word that Slamu's making the dive.
Well, we'll find out after preparing your stream, but yeah, off stream, I can definitely confirm he is partway. He's just shy of 8,200 experience. Is in Garenham right now, topping off. Probably was crunching numbers. Oh, wow.
The death necklace is definitely going to be in play. Let's go for Nest Cardinality. That 38 boosted HP. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a very decisive go. 15 heal more, just a giant, overwhelming favorite at that point. Meanwhile, Big Slamu, the first of our runners to throw down that rainbow drop, and is heading into Sherlock right now at level 14.
It's not a guarantee, but I'd say Big Slamu is in. Uh-oh, for the first time we find Fun Police, but he's able to escape. I mean, why not? He's escaped from everything else tonight.
Oh man, and Blue Dragons, what a fun start to this. Another Red Dragon. Wow.
I mean, Nest Cardinality, this is basically a free Sherlock. Once he gets there, he has no shot at losing unless he misses menus. He's got plenty of resources, and even if he uses the Death Necklace, he still has a chance to get doubles.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot to play with here, but holy cow, Red Dragons, Blue Dragons, Armor Knights in this top zone. 86 agility is decent, but they can still troll the heck out of you.
And with that 93 DP, that's 1 DP shy of repelling X Knights. That's one more enemy that we may have to contend with here in Sherlock. You know, it's not a problematic enemy, it's just more of an annoyance than anything.
Wow, Slamu, the beat goes on. I think that was 3 Armor Knights. This is a 3rd Red Dragon. They are breathing baby breath, which you actually love to see.
Yeah. Now, this is the kind of luck Nest Cardinality was having last night, even with his better defense. He was getting encounters after encounters, and Slamu with less defense, he had some amazing hero walks. I mean, he was able to catch up to Nest Cardinality in the basement, you know, quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nest must not have the exact path. He has just found a dead end here, so he has still got a little bit to find over here.
This is buying Slamu time here. I mean, Slamu, I mean, he wins this. He's winning the championship. I mean, here we go.
All right, so Slamu, a much better second floor Sherlock there in Zone 1, is able to get away from that, and we are into Zone 2, Floor 3, on to Floor 4. We'll see if these floors are a little nicer to him.
Oh, absolutely here. Meanwhile, Nest Cardinality still has not found Sherlock yet. I mean, he's heading in the right direction now, but again, every second it takes him. I mean, Slamu right now, he has to win on this fight. This is his chance right here. But if he does, would you say he's an underdog?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, this is a sketchy fight for sure, especially with no fairy waters. I love this with fairy waters. It's doable without. The people in math or in chat will do all the math. I've never been a big do the math kind of guy. I'm all about the feels on this one, and I'm not a super fan of this without fairy water, but I mean, it's still attainable.
Yeah, absolutely. So if Slamu does get lucky and he pulls off the victory here and he gets the 150 to 165 HP on DL2, he will be your 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer champion. But if he fails this fight, Nest Cardinality is almost certainly a lock to force Game 3.
Absolutely, and we just saw this bottom zone is just as nasty as that top zone. We've got Red Dragons and Armor Knights down here in Zone 3 as well, so another little troll to Big Slamu here.
Look at this one. This is the luck that he needed last night here on this bottom floor. Now he finally runs into an 8K47 right before the stairs, and he's run blocked on that 86 agility. Because, hey, agility is just a number.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Slamu having his own fun with a Red Dragon, which luckily still has a high usage of that baby breath.
Yeah, this is where the fun police actually are. Fun for the runners, except when you can't run away from this. We have another Stone Man on the spike tile, this time in Sherlock, so we're going to have to grin and bear it.
Yeah, at 113 MP, doesn't have the MP to spare to even use it as a sleep, so he is going to just take some shots to the face here, and we'll see if he can get it down.
Absolutely here. So we'll try to see if we can get that. Unfortunately, we are having more technical difficulties, but we will try to make sure we get Slamu in the Dragon Lord fight right here. But this is it. I mean, he wins this fight. He is your 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer champion. But if he loses the fight, it's almost, like I said, essentially a lock for Nest Cardinality. But, you know, these encounters, these Red Dragons are not playing nice to Nest Cardinality.
Yeah, sometimes the game's just got it out for you, and he does have to use another heal more. He's down a couple now.
He's down 1 plus 2 HP. So yeah. How many run fails in a row is that? Is that 4 in a row? Stop sell up, by the way, on Slamu. Well, that's too many. Stop sell up again on the Dragon Lord. He's gonna have all his resources, Slamu here.
Yeah, he got a physical for 3 and then a couple stop spells there.
He needs first strike. He does get first strike. It's a good start for Slamu, starting with 6. Which is unfortunately the minimum roll. 10 up to 16. He's looking for doubles. He'll need plenty. 25. Unfortunately, won't get it with the DL2 breath there. 25 is what he's currently at. Could potentially get a double here. 32. He will get a double. 38. These rolls, though, stink.
Absolutely. Been abysmal. We'll see if they rebound.
All right. 48. That's a better roll. Tempting, but not going to chance it, obviously. 57. $69. Nice. What's not nice for him is the DL2 breath, so he's going to have to use a heal more. He was hoping for the melee.
Yeah, and don't look now. Nestcard's about to hit the bottom floor.
77. Yeah, this is it. This is it. $83. Does get a double. 90. But these rolls are just not good enough.
Yeah, he's got several. Ooh, a bad heal more too.
Uh-oh. And now he has to double heal more. That is going to be costly. 98. Yeah, it's looking grim. He may have to throw a Hail Mary, potentially. 105, man. It's just not coming, DK.
Yeah, and this feels horrible, especially knowing how many turns this is, to just see this keep happening.
Let's see if he throws the Hail Mary. 114, I mean, he's got only 3 Hail Mores left. He would need real good rolls, or he'd have to go for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, good rolls, and just straight doubles.
Yeah. Let's see if he goes for it. 132. That's another double, so that helps. 141.
This is getting spicy.
He's got a shot. If he gets 2 good rolls. 147. $158. It's enough! It's enough! And Big Slamu on his final attack is gonna win the 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Championship.
Holy crap. Get some GGs out in chat. That was absolutely an epic finish there. Gets a near max on that final swing, and it's enough to bring it in. Oh my gosh, that's going to be heartbreaking for Ness, but I'm sure Slamu is going to be elated.
Wow, Big Slamu, 2 nights in a row, went for it on a borderline level, and both times it paid off. His aggressiveness, both times paid off, because he was trailing both times. Last night, tonight, he was trailing both nights, but his aggressiveness going to Sharlock on a borderline level paid off for him, and he is your new Dragon Warrior Randomizer Championship. And unfortunately for Ness Cardinality, 3rd time, not the charm.
Yeah, absolutely. And he truly played a fantastic race tonight, Nescar did. It's just weird how a seed comes together. He really didn't make wrong calls for where he was in this. And it's curious to wonder if he might have made a 15 dive had he had that fighter's ring that Slamu had there. But we'll see if Slamu can get in here and his internet wants to play well with us.
Yeah, that fighter's ring, I think, was ultimately what gave Big Slamu the opportunity to make that play, because it's the thing. It's just sometimes it works out their way. He wrong orders the seed and still finds a way. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, Slamu's in the waiting room if an admin can yank him in.
And we do have Big Slamu here in the commentators booth with us. GG, congratulations. How does it feel to be the 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer champion?
Wow. I mean, the last thing I expected coming into this week. Especially the 2-0 this thing. Holy cow.
I must say, I got to tell you something. There are some parallels between your championship win against Ness Cardinality and DK's championship win against Ness Cardinality, is that you had to get a lot of lucky wins, much like DK did. I mean, the parallels are all there. I mean, you won last night by all of 7 seconds because you went on a questionable dive. Tonight, you also went on a questionable dive, the borderline dive. Both nights, it paid off for you. I mean, your aggression, you were trailing for, practically this entire race, but your aggression is what won you the championship. And that's what you got to do. You got to take risks if you want to win championships. You did just that, and you pulled it off.
I would disagree strongly that this was a questionable dive. It's an 18 swing, 14 heal more, 120 HP. All I need is a single double. I got 3 and lost 1.
Wow,
that was true. That dive is a 90+% dive.
I mean, you had quite a few doubles. You did lose a double. You had to do a double here more, but you were not rolling great throughout that entire fight. But then that last roll for 11, that put you at, what was it, 158, I believe?
Yeah, 158. That was 19 swings.
We'll find out. We'll find out what the number is when Ness Cardinality is complete, because I'm going to want to know how much he has. I mean, Ness Cardinality won on 16. 16 had the big HP boost, so Death Necklace all the way. He's about to win this fight.
Yeah, 19 swings is 92% to win that fight, and I got 19 swings, so...
Well, there you go. And there it is. With 2 heal mores to spare, Ness Cardinality takes down the Dragon Lord. Get your GGs out for Ness Cardinality. But for the 3rd time in his illustrious Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament career, it's going to be a silver medal.
So, Slamu, what the heck is up with your ramshackle internet? We got a very cattywampus view into your stream, and it was very upsetting. I
am so sorry about that, guys. I apologize to, honestly, everyone, admins, you guys, and most importantly, chat. I couldn't be more frustrated about my internet. It almost offsets the joy of this victory by knowing that I'm sitting there watching it just go green, yellow, red, dropping frames left and right. I'm like, come on, guys.
Seems like my internet about a year ago during the winter time. I mean, there's times during the winter where my internet was doing that. I mean, it was my 2,000 follower special. It seemed like every other stream it was going green, yellow, red. So I definitely feel your pain there on that, Slamu. We do have Ness Cardinality here in the commentators booth with us. GG, you performed tremendously again tonight, but this is a funny story here. Slamu went for it on level 15 because he kind of wrong ordered the seed. He went for Grave before he had found the harp, and the Deep Grave had the fighter's ring. That was what sparked him to go for it on level 15. Ended up winning the fight on his final attack.
Wow, and when I made it to Grave, I chose not to enter it first because it was so likely that the sword was in Hawksness, and if it was, I could save a lot of time by not doing the Grave at all, and it just didn't work out. And then at the end, I explored the wrong direction to Sharlock. Not that that was a huge thing, but it all adds up. And then finally on the bottom floor, to run fail 14 consecutive times against a red dragon. And that was the worst one, but it wasn't the only one. Just a lot of things stacked against me, and that's how it is sometimes.
Yep. Now that both of you have finished, could we please bring up the amount of HP for DL2? As Slamu, again, you won it on your final attack. You needed you took 158 HP, and I want to see how much DL2 had for HP tonight. 151. So yeah, you got lucky. You had a low rolling Dragon Lord to help you out there, because if it rolled 159 or more, you lose the race and we go to game 3.
Yeah, I did not expect that to take 19 swings to get to 157 or 158, but yeah, that's, I mean, good find there. Yeah, wow. I mean, the other thing, I don't know if you guys noticed it, I didn't get a single encounter, I think, from Diamond to the basement.
I mean, you basically had that last night too. I mean, and it happened to you on the basement. You had such a hero warp because going back to last night, Ness Carnality was the first one, to the basement, first one to the spike tile. And then all of a sudden, here you are, Slam. You're right there too. You gotta have luck sometimes. I mean, luck is always a factor, and it was definitely a factor in both of these races in this championship.
I mean, I don't know if you could say I was behind. I mean, I was 8 seconds behind entering the bottom floor last night. I don't know. Behind is a bold statement to make there again.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it was a close race back and forth, and we talked about it back and forth, back and forth. You two went last night. I mean, tonight it looked like, Ness Carnality, he had a big experience point lead on you. And once he saw level 16 have plenty of HP to use that death necklace, I mean, that was definitely the level to go on. But it's just one of those things that you ended up not having everything you needed going into grave. And that fifth chest giving you that fighter's ring to give you that additional 2 attack power points. I mean, Slamu, I'm guessing you don't make that play if you don't have those extra 2 points.
And I'm guessing if he does, he doesn't survive.
Probably
yes,
not.
at 123, yeah, that's a 17% play on my sheet. So yeah, I mean, fighter's ring is a fighter's ring. I spent the time getting it, and it paid off big, apparently.
That's unbelievable. I mean, DK, you alluded to it during the commentary that you thought that fighter's ring would come into play, and by golly, you were right, it did.
I mean, yeah, and I even talked about it before we even saw it, because at that point, Nescard had a decent exploration and experience lead, and we were talking. We said Slamu needs something to come into play that will give him an advantage, and it came in the form of that fighter's ring for sure. I think you both played fantastic. You played, you did exactly what I would have done in that same moment for both of you in the moments that you were in. It's crazy how this game can play out sometimes.
Yeah, it just turned out that the wrong order seed for you, Slamu, ended up being the right order seed because of that fighter's ring. Because we were mentioning Ness Carnality practically more or less found everything in the right order, so he had a big experience point lead on you. But yeah, it's just hard to believe that little piece of jewelry right there that you found, Slamu, enabled you to go for a dive, which high percentage play according to your chart. I mean, I'm not as experienced at Dragonware Randomizer as you two are, that is for sure, but you knew what you were up against, Slamu. You knew what your odds were. And the odds were in your favor tonight. And I mean, a lot had to go your way still, don't get me wrong, but you pulled it off and you're champ.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big one, honestly. I mean, not to go out there and sound like I'm receiving an Academy Award here, but I think I do want to throw some thank yous out there. Quick ones: Brian, Aaron, Tilo for being kind of my constructive feedback team. Every single race, win or lose, I go back and I get paragraphs from those guys of how I need to do better, and even in races that I win, they've all got feedback of do this to this. So thank you to you guys. Honestly, the big one though, honestly, my wife for letting me do this with a newborn and a million other things going on. Thank you to her for giving me how many, what was this, like 18, 19 tournament matches of unencumbered time. So it feels good. I love this community. This community is probably it is my favorite online community that I've ever found. And it's, I mean, in no small part, Nescard, to what you've done, right? I mean, I got into this community 3 years ago because of you. I saw your AGDQ run on YouTube, and that led me to your stream. That led me to obviously subscribing to you for over a year, and just kind of learning the ropes. And I'm not going to say it doesn't feel a little bittersweet sitting here and taking this title that honestly you so rightfully deserved over the last 6 years.
Well, this year certainly would have meant more than any other year. For the second year in a row, I qualified number 1. This time really strong. I won all my my first phase matches, and then somehow for the second year in a row, I had to not only face Angel in the quarterfinals, but I just out of entire randomness, I had to I had my 2 highest ranked opponents just to get to the finals, which seems kind of absurd on paper, but the reality is that we're approaching a point where there's so many players that are so close to parity in skill.
Oh, absolutely, Nest Cardinality. I mean, you know, over the past several years, you know, the cream of the crop has been rising in talent. I mean, you're seeing more and more new runners rise up to the occasion, and they are playing at this incredibly high level. So it's hard to win these tournaments because you have so many names out there that can win at any given time.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, it's it's a minefield every year, and you deserve a lot of credit for dodging all the mines and taking the victory night slammer, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of any one little thing that could attribute to a win here and there. You know, you earned it, and you should feel good about it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and I think thank you for getting me into this thing. Honestly, it was. I mean, I thought it was just going to be a COVID hobby, but honestly, it's you kind of rekindled something that was buried deep inside me from the late '80s, early '90s. So thanks for being there, and thanks for getting me into this.
And I'll tell you what, Big Slammu, we were talking about this during the race. You know, last year you made it to the semifinals, and we did some stat searching here, and over the last 3 years, believe it or not, Big Slammu, you are the most winningest contestant in Dragon Warrior Summer League tournament play over the last 3 years. You've won more matches than anybody else. I mean, that is no small feat by itself right there.
Yeah, I think what was it? It was round of 8 semis, and now finally taking it down. And honestly, it was playing a lot of first round matches too. Whereas Nescard or Angel or somebody would likely have that title, except for they get the bye every year. And I somehow squeaked out of the bye in the 2 years prior. But no, it feels good. Honestly, I felt like, I mean, the game's clicking. I'm obviously not playing nearly as much as a lot of these people, but I'm watching and it works out, and it worked out tonight. It worked out the series. So I mean, this is to take this down and to kind of be able to celebrate this with the entire community feels really good. And yeah.
Well, GG to the both of you on another fantastic tournament this year for the 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer Standard Tournament. I mean, both of you played immaculately throughout. Congratulations, Big Slammu, again, for being this year's champion, and congratulations, Nest Cardinality, on another fine performance, making it to the finals for the 3rd time.
Thank you. Is it 3 now total? There was this year. There was
2020
one against Game Boy
and 2018. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the last thing, obviously, this was the biggest tournament undertaking we've ever had within Dragon Warrior. So, thank you to the admin team, right? Aaron, Angel, Archfield, Brian, Cyberdark, Diabetes, High Spirits, and Zarnax in alphabetical order. You guys put on a phenomenal tournament, and obviously everybody that volunteered to help out with it. But you guys should be extremely proud of yourselves for handling this tournament so well. This is a huge undertaking, and you guys did it all. I mean, just purely because of your love for the community. So it's great.
Yeah, I can't heap enough praise on the staff enough after every race. This year, like, wow. It feels like I don't remember exactly how long this has been going, but I feel like it's been more than a season, like 3-4 months. I don't even know, but I've basically been playing every day nonstop, and you know, up until the finals, I really felt like I was playing the top of my game, and so I was super focused and applying it every day, and you know, there was a bit of fatigue, but I wouldn't relent, and I was just like, I feel like I've been playing this game forever, and this tournament has been going on for ages. So thank you all for making it happen and toughing it out. It's, you know, it's a long stretch, a lot of people have to cover a lot of things, and we're all thankful for it.
Well, absolutely. This is a fantastic community. I mean, watching you, Ness Cardinale, that's how I got involved into the Dragon Warrior Randomizer scene as well, both in the commentators booth, and doing a few Dragon Warrior Randomizer seeds here and there. So yeah, this is absolutely tremendous community. And if you're one of these people here on RPG Limit Break tonight that are thinking about to maybe running Dragon Warrior Randomizer, definitely give it a look. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it.
There's definitely a lot of fun to be had. You can run this game at any rate you want. You don't have to jump into competitive races right away. You can play casual on your own. I know tons of people who have played dozens of casual seeds just on their own to have fun at their own pace and see what they can do. And they tell me that they just really enjoy the game. And, it doesn't matter how much further than that you take it. There's something to really enjoy there. It's truly a special randomizer, a unique experience almost every time.
Oh, it most certainly is. And, I have a lot of fun with this. I have a lot of fun watching y'all do these Dragon Warrior Randomizer races. I mean, you have jet seeds, and then you have these seeds where the fun police and the AK-47s are all over the place causing havoc. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get out of these seeds, and that's the beauty of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer.
Yeah, and all those accolades for our admins. We do have one of our admins, High Spirits, there in the booth with us. I think he wants to go over a couple things with us here.
I mean, I don't need to do anything anymore. Big Slam Moon just gave us all the praise. I should just keep my big head right now and slowly walk away. But yeah, so I guess the big thing first off is, as Slamu was kind enough to go through all of the admin already, we wanted to give a big thank you to everyone once again for helping us with another successful tournament. All of the runners, we had lots and lots of runners. All of the volunteers, this has been going on for 3 months. Between the acing seeds and the tournament, so there's been so many volunteers, and we've been able to get just about everything restreamed, so we're happy considering how much was put into it. All of the Red Slime Zone streamers also, as Tilo pointed out, when we didn't have a restream, the people that picked up, like Big Slamu, Mike, there's one more, but it's late for me. And the people that picked up Artorias, that restreamed the races, Tilo, yeah. So thanks to all of the community coming together for all that stuff. Especially thanks to RPG Limit Break channel once again for letting us throw on a whole bunch of races here. This year it wasn't as hectic with scheduling because there wasn't a whole lot of randomizer tournaments going on, so we were able to get a lot of races from the tournament on here. And yeah, I guess just the big thanks, of course, to everyone who's been here and hanging out. And congratulations to Big Slamu and Ness Card for making it to the finals, and Slamu for winning. As part of the admin team, just let you all know real briefly. We have 2 big events a year. We got the summer tournament, which is wrapping up. We have the Winter League, which will come around sometime January, February, which we'll get around to announcements for that eventually. But in the meanwhile, I'm sure that you might see something about something, off-season event popping up here very soon, coming from the minds of a couple admin. So keep your eyes and ears open for that if you're interested in more Dragon Warrior Randomizer events and such. And once again, from the admin, we thank y'all for making this an amazing community and making things a lot easier on us, we'll say. So that's all I had to say. I'm going to pass it over to your commentary, and thank you once again, the commentary runners and restreamers, trackers, and all the good people who helped us run this tournament.
We'll do it all again next year.
And we'll do it live.
Look, I'll write it and we'll do it live, all right?
Well, you want to take us home here, LOZ?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so very much, everybody, for being a part of the tournament. I mean, it's a pleasure once again to be in the commentator's booth this year. And again, please make sure you give both of our runners, Ness Cardinality and Big Slamu, a follow. They were absolutely tremendous, not just tonight, but throughout the entire tournament. My, oh my, I mean, everybody involved, just absolutely good stuff here tonight. I mean, we got a lot of names here. I'm probably going to miss some, so if I do miss some, you'll have to help me out here. But I do want to thank very much our restreamer, Lord of the Synth, our tracker, Secret Agent Man and Asmati Games, my commentator partner, DK9146, our tournament administrator, High Spirits, and for everybody here on both RPG Limit Break and DW Randomizer, all the races that we did. I'm LZ Cards Fan 23. It's been one heck of a tournament. We'll see you again next year.
Have a wonderful night, everyone.